Hey, I'm Dominique with Eastline Outfitter, and I want to show you guys some examples of inside the waistband holsters. So here on my table I have two firearms. We have a SIG P320 and a Browning 1911-22. And on my right side I have three holsters that are more specifically set up for the Browning, and on the left side I have three holsters that are set up for the SIG. So I just want to kind of go over each and one of them to kind of get you familiar with different holster styles for inside the waistband. There are other different styles of carrying. Inside the waistband is a common one. There's also outside the waistband, shoulder carry, thigh carry. So with the inside the waistband, I want to show you a few things. I have the Galco leather holster. Now, when I got this, on the packaging on the box, this was actually designed for firearms within a certain frame size. And I guess the firearm that I have, which is the Browning 1911-22, kind of fits that frame size. So kind of, it covers the trigger guard here, fits like a glove, not bad. And it has this really thick clip right here, which is really reliable. Never had a problem with it. And something like this, you can carry two ways. You can carry appendix carry in the front. Then have your draw. Or this can also be carried probably around the 3 or 4 o'clock area. Now, this was like one of the first holsters that I had when I got this gun, and it holds up pretty good. The next holster I want to show you is this. This is what we call our pancake inside the waistband tuckable holsters. So what's good about this is that it has like a Kydex, or just a plastic shell that's more form fitted to the dimensions of that firearm. It has a large, wide leather piece, more comfortable, and it has two clips on the side that attach to your belt. On top of that, these clips kind of have like have this space that they make. So this allows for like a shirt to be tucked in the front of it. That will conceal the firearm better. And I like this because the Kydex shell allows the firearm to stay more sturdy. So one of the things that I noticed with the leather holster is that when carrying it, doesn't have that extra support, so it tends to like the clearance of where the hand comes in, and just making sure that there's enough room so that when you grab the grip, nothing's getting in the way. So this, because it has no support for that, over time it tends to just sit on the belt. So it's not so good, because then you have to kind of put another second of thought in to adjust it. But if it were to stay like this, nice and clear, that would always be good. So this holster is actually made by Black Arc. So putting this on, I kind of like to put it in my 4 o'clock position. Just like that. Has really nice room for clearance, so it's never going to lean on that belt. It's going to stay right there all the time. Then I have this other holster. I got this on Amazon, had the brown logo on it. I don't know what these are called, but what's interesting about this little holster, it's like the size of a wallet, but it's ambidextrous, and it's also inside the waistband and outside the waistband at the same time. So this clip right here, I can clip it while putting this holster inside the waistband, or I could clip it outside the waistband. And also it's ambidextrous, it can do either side. It's really interesting. What I do like about this holster is that compared to the Galco leather holster, this one actually gives good clearance. It's a bit more reliable. One of the things I don't like about this holster is that once you draw the firearm, it's not that simple to write it back in. So I have to kind of make space within the holster to reholster it, because it's a really thick leather and likes to stay stuck together for its form, but it's pretty reliable though. It won't really come out easy. You really have to get on there and pull it out. I could also carry at 4 o'clock if I wanted to, but like I said, I could also do this open carry. Pretty interesting. Not too ideal for my preferences, but it can work. Now, for the SIG 320, I actually have this in a 45. So a lot of holsters for this are set in slightly larger dimensions compared to the 940 and 357 SIG calibers. But what I ended up getting is the Alien Gear Cloak Took 3. And what's good about it is that this holster is modular. Modular to where, compared to the Black Ark holster, this plastic piece that was more, I don't know, designed to be more fitted to the dimensions of the firearm. What makes this modular is that the shells are removable. So I can, if I have multiple guns, I can buy multiple shells that are specific to that gun's frame and just pop these on. So I have one for a full-size 1911. I can pop this one off, put that one on, carry my 1911. But this one is set up for the SIG. And it's the same setup like the Black Ark holster, where it has the clips on each side, large paddle. This is like a mix between leather on one side and like neoprene on the other side, which is like very comfortable. And it's also has the clips set up in a way where it's tuckable. And yeah, I will carry this at like a 4 o'clock position. And I'll show you what it's like to tuck these in. So once the belt clips are on, you can pretty much just push where the clips are, push it forward, and you'll see space opened up to tuck the shirt in right inside. If my shirt was a little bit more baggy, you probably couldn't really tell, but this is all black. You can't barely tell. Oh, it's not bad. I think you just have to put your shirt up when you want to draw. But it's just good to have extra concealability depending on what you're wearing and where you're going. Now the next holster I want to show you is, this is a appendix style holster from, what's it called? Eclipse holsters, so that on here. So I like this holster because compared to the other holsters for the SIG, this is, well, especially this, depending on like what I'm wearing, the style of carry, I would typically, wear this a lot. But if I'm wearing clothing that affects my draw from the 4 o'clock position, I'll switch over to appendix carry. And what I like about this holster is that it's a lot of this is less material all around the firearm. So this is pretty good. One of the things I like about this holster compared to some of the Browning holsters that we were talking about is that this has a feature where it has something called a concealment claw. What that helps with is it has an area where it creates this bump that the belt rides on top of, which makes it easier for the draw. And so that for the appendix style, for the small holster, the grip is not gonna ride on the belt like we were showing you with the Browning. So with this holster, it's really slim, has also a concealment clip. I can tuck my shirt around if I wanted to as well. And it's set up with a very, very reliable space in between right here. It's not like this holster, it's not gonna ride on the belt. When I put it here, it's just that throughout all my time carrying it, it's never done this. It's always been in one position because of that concealment claw. It stops it. And it's kind of rigid at the flat part of the concealment claw. So it's not going to be easily moved around. It's just going to stay like that. Last holster I want to show you is a light bearing appendix carry. So when I have my flashlight on, I have a holster that can take the flashlight. And I like this because depending on my setup and what I'm doing, especially at nighttime and I want to have a light on my gun, I can carry that, which is really good. Now the thing is that it's a little bit more bulky at the bottom, but depending on your pants, or if you raise your pants a little bit more higher, should be fine with sitting and stuff like that. The only thing this specific holster, this is made by Cleveland Kydex. I got it at a good time where the lead times were really low. Now with this holster, this is one of those holsters that it doesn't have that concealment claw. So over time, the gun does easily ride on top of the belt. Kind of don't like that. So if you have a holster that has that issue, definitely look into upgrading to a concealment claw or something more reliable. But as well as I think the position of where the clip is at compared to the size of it and the other ones, that plays a role in it too. Study your holsters, what you have, pay attention to kind of how it's set up, how you carry, what your pros and cons, your drawbacks of the carry. Just be aware as much as you can and look for other things that will help you gain more reliability. That's what I would say. Seek reliability for your draw, because you want to make sure that your draw will always be consistent and it won't change. So that's why I was telling you, I like that other holster. So I was telling you that I like the Eclipse holster because it's set up with reliability for the draw, really good. And the Pancake, concealable holsters, these are really good for having a reliable draw. So put money on that. Another thing is, like, whatever gun you have is just practice. Making sure that you want to have a holster for your gun. You have to draw your firearm. You want to make sure that you're ready for whatever situation happens, that you train yourself from drawing from the holster of your own gun. Practice that at home and however you carry it. So like one of the examples is that even if you're wearing like a tuckable holster, if you carry with your shirt tucked in around it in concealment, practice drawing from the holster while it's, tucked in. That's gonna help you be ready so that when you have to draw when you need to, you already know what you're doing, your hand motions, know what to expect, you know how to pull your clothing, how to maneuver your body for that draw. All these little things add up. So just practice those things at home and make sure you're good, all right? Hey, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you learned something today, all right?